Arpit, it is live. You can start.
Have they given the countdown?
If you
Yes,
don't
sir.
know, start.
Just give me 1 minute. So give me 1 minute.
No, no, no. They have not connected. Facebook Live connect नहीं हुआ है.
It is already live.
Now it's live. What? 3, 2, 1. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, friends. On behalf of the LPC Young Leadership, I welcome you to Life Pharma Coalition. As we all know that learning is a journey, it's never a destination, because every day we learn something new, and learning is a process that keeps us young, because it is always said that as long as we are young, we keep on learning. So learning is the only process that doesn't make us old. So the day we stop learning, we become old. Now, there is a rule which is known as the 33% people rule, which basically states that there are 3 levels of people from which we should learn. The first level are those who are just beneath us. Those who are in this first level do not have the same goals that we do and are not as motivated as we are. However, the first level is very important because these are the people who keep us motivated and make us feel good and tell us what exactly we want to hear. They help feed our egos and keep us going, especially in the hard times. The second level are those people who are in our same level. In fact, they are also striving for the similar goals and the similar places in our lives. In fact, these are the people to whom we can go back with our ideas and topics. And they are the people pushing in the same direction as we are and help us put forward our goals. But the third level is very important because they consist of those people who are above us. They are the people who make us feel uncomfortable sometimes because they are already having what we are striving for. They have the lifestyle we want. They have the designations and positions we are wanting to achieve. They are the people who we look up to and who we strive to be like. It is important that they make us feel uncomfortable because it is only outside our comfort zone that we grow. So all the 3 levels of people are very important in our career because they keep us on our toes as far as our learning is concerned. So it's time I take you through the journey of Life Pharma Coalition. So welcome to Life Pharma Coalition, which is the world's largest online pharma discussion platform. And in fact, this is India's and now the world's largest pharma discussion platform, which we have already have more than 100 plus pharma companies and institutions with more than 200 plus speakers and over 20,000 reach on Facebook as well as YouTube. But this journey wouldn't have been possible without the strong executive member team of 28 members who are spread across the length and breadth of this globe. And the first physical event that we had was celebrating our LPC 100 conclave, which was this year in the month of March at Mumbai. And thank you so much for your overwhelming support. And this photograph is reminiscent of the support that the top pharma leaders have given us in our endeavor of learning and sharing. The second physical event that we had was LPC 125 conclave at Ahmedabad, which was last month at Novotel. And once again, thank you for your overwhelming support. In fact, we were really privileged to have Shri Ganesh Nayak as our guest of honor for this LPC 125 conclave. And he was very much instrumental in declaring this conclave open by lighting the diya. And what a wonderful deliberation we had from this maestro as far as the pharma industry is concerned. And thank you so much for sharing your wonderful thoughts, your experience and your expertise with us on LPC 125 conclave. And this photograph is reminiscent of, once again, the support, the love and the cooperation the entire pharmaceutical fraternity has for this Life Pharma Coalition. But that's not all. In fact, the next month, that is on the 6th of November, Sunday, we are presenting before you LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0 in association with SIES College of Management Studies, Mumbai. In fact, for more details, you can contact Mr. Yashwant, Mr. ICS, or even me. But in a nutshell, this is a program which will have sales and marketing, manufacturing, supply chain, packaging and branding, biotech and innovation, digital transformation and innovation in healthcare. And we will also be having keynote speech, panel discussion, networking, poster presentation, and felicitation. So don't wait too long, and please avail the early bird registration, which is 2,000 rupees. And please join this endeavor of Life Pharma Coalition towards learning and sharing in the LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0 in association with the SIES School of Business Studies. Now, this journey of LPC wouldn't have been possible without the support of Imagica Health. In fact, Imagica Health, in a nutshell, explores the intersection between design, digital health technology, and content marketing for leading brands, because they have an ex-marketeer-led team of medical writer, graphic designers, teamers, coders, who serve the pharmaceutical for bettering customer engagement, bringing patient centricity, improving control on the sales team, and increasing the return on investment for their various marketing campaigns. Thank you, Imagica Health, for your endeavor, and we look forward to your constant support in our learning endeavor. Coming to Life Pharma Coalition 130, in fact, today is Young Leadership, and the topic is leading the sales team for higher performance. And to throw more light on this topic, we have Mr. Bharat Pamwani, who is a ZSM at Eris Life Sciences. And to enable me with some expert comments, there will be Mr. Yashwant Mishra as a panelist, who is a sales trainer, a leadership coach, and the founder director of Benzene Ring Learning Solutions. So thank you so much, friends, for your viewership on Facebook and YouTube last week on LPC 129 Global. And do keep sharing your questions to us as we start today's learning journey. We really need your question, because that is going to enable us to get the best out of our speakers and take our learning journey forward. So thank you so much. And for the next part of the session, I hand it over to Mr. Yashwant Mishra. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Arpan. Thank you very much. And welcome all the viewers for 130th episode of Life Pharma Coalition. As you all know, Life Pharma Coalition is a global knowledge and networking platform where we invite industry leaders to share their views on current challenges and opportunities. And in today's session, a young leader, Mr. Bharat Pamwani, is there. And what he is going to share, his expertise, his experience on how a young leader should prioritize his work and how a young leader should build a high performance team. So it is a good learning for all of you. And Mr. Bharat is a certified healthcare management professional from the University of Darren School of Business, University of Virginia, along with core pharma professional experience of 14 years. Out of these, 13 years in Cipla in different divisions. His expertise is on sales, marketing, channel management, audit, and also customer centricity. He is known in the fraternity for building a high performance team. So we are fortunate that Mr. Bharat has accepted our invite today to be a part of LPC virtual session. He was already a part of LPC Conclave 129 in Ahmedabad. He is kind enough to be here today. And what he is going to share is how a young leader should build a high performance team. So viewers, please keep on sharing your learnings and questions. Over to Mr. Bharat Pamwani.
So good morning, everyone, and thank you, Arpanji, and thank you, Yashwantji, for giving me this opportunity to speak. I invite and congratulate all the viewers, and especially the LPC team, for successfully conducting this journey. As you rightly said, the taste and journey is much, much better than the destination, and this journey of 130 episodes has been really interesting, and there has been a lot of learnings. And as a young person in the field, we have been following this and seeing this. In the initial years of my experience, when I started with Cipla, Yashwant ji was a guiding force in building right from a medical representative to the level which I've reached today. So, and getting an opportunity to speak, it's a big gesture for me itself. So thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I welcome all the viewers for the session. And I will try to be very concrete in whatever discussion I do. And my session would be more about young leadership and how the young leadership should behave, how they should be focusing, and what should be their priorities in the initial beginning years of their leadership. So that would be a more of a discussion. So I'll
Thank you very much. You can share your slides now. I request viewers to keep on sharing their learning and questions. And also, as Arpan mentioned, we look forward to each one of you in LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0 at Navi Mumbai on Sunday, 6th November 2022. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll just.
Yes, visible.
Is my slide visible?
Yes.
Actually, just a technical glitch. Give me a minute.
No issue, no issue.
So yeah.
Yes.
I hope it is visible.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So as I told you guys, we'll be discussing more about this young leadership and how a young leader should be behaving in the initial years of his practice. And you know that as a young leadership, the most important thing which comes in the mind of a young leader is the energy which a young leader gets on the table, especially the ideas, the innovation, the adaptiveness. I think these are the qualities of a young person when it gets into a leadership. And that should be the key strength of a person, which I strongly believe. And keeping that in mind, we'll go ahead. Yashwantji, please let me know if the site changes.
Yes, yes, it is changing.
Yeah. So three things plays a major role in the young leadership. Beginning is creating the foundation. I mean, it's a very important aspect about creating a right foundation for a young leader. Because we believe that in the initial years of his leadership, the most important thing would be how he will be behaving, how he will be acting. Many more eyes will be on him. He will be watched by his young peers. He will be also be watched by his seniors. He will be also be watched by the team who is going to handle. So the initial years, it's very important then how he builds the foundation. And keeping that foundation, youth is a major perspective which comes in mind. Youth, the energy which brings, youth, the adaptiveness it brings, youth, the innovation it brings. You see that today's youth is so much technology savvy that key technology getting adaptive. It's every 30 days you see a different technology coming in. So that adaptiveness of a young leader should be having. Most important as a young leader, we should be having in terms of getting a youth perspective is how, as a person, we are seeking the feedbacks also from the team. I think that plays also a bigger role. How we are making our team understand, that plays a bigger role. So that would be one of the topic. But I feel that a person should be working on building youth as a perspective. Second, in establishing yourself, building its own identity, building the influence by working on strategically how a person can build his own influence. And that can be done by the various steps, right? By taking the different help of a social media, by taking the help of your mentors, by working with your team. So that creates a really good establishing a foundation for a young leader by building his own image. And how this build image will be happening? By setting the tone right. In the initial years of your young leadership or as a manager, you will see that setting an expectation is very important thing among the team. How, as a person, as a leader, I'm establishing a work expectation among the team, that plays a very create role. Now, as a person, for example, in pharma, when a young manager gets promoted among the young team, you see that many of your team members from him, which he was the one who got the chance to get promoted. So now your team members also will be looking to you how differently you are getting the things done. So the expectations would be there, but you as a person need to be also clear what expectation you are setting. Second thing which a person in the beginning should be doing is not shake too many things up. Generally, when we become a manager, we try to see so many things. We see many even negative things also. Okay, this was been not done, this has been not done. But in the beginning years, we should be try to get what as a person we can build is a relation with among the team, the adaptability among the team. That plays a bigger role. We should not be shaking too many things. Whatever has been happening, try to work along with that only and not making a major changes. Third would be identifying the small wins. So in pharma, we see that a small customer conversion is rarely getting celebrated, but a person should be doing that, especially when you are doing in your joint works, whenever you are in the meeting also, a small talk also should be appreciated. So a small win should be celebrated among the team. A regular meeting should be done to celebrate the small successes. So that will create a good foundation for a young leader. And this will help to establish his own identity and creates his own influence also. So three things. First, putting young energy as a most, establishing and then setting the tone among the team. As a young leader, we should be most important about planning our own success. In that, our goal setting plays a major role. How we plan our successes. In that, the first objective majorly is about the discipline. Many times when we work in a team, we see that few things are not being disciplined. Right from the beginning of the day, from setting a bag itself for the medical representative, even to planning a day. Many times we miss it. So as a leader, we should be more disciplined and create some non-negotiables. And that non-negotiable should build a habit and try to establish that every 60 days you are establishing at least one or two good habits among the team members. So that will establish yourself and that will also help your team to grow in the coming. So making discipline a non-negotiable should be a habit. Most important, committing to a continuous learning. I think this is the thing which many of the young leaders miss. We believe that now I have been promoted, my learning journey has generally stopped. So I know everything, but it doesn't stop there. We should be continuously thriving to learn more, to committed to learn more on the regular basis. And same way, our learning habit should develop and should be seen by our team also, which will help them to establish and learn more and develop more. Third, in building the planning for our own success is building your own network and the communication skills. You know, guys, there are many ways and means of developing your own network, right? From using your LinkedIn's to other social media platforms, to speaking, right, to communicating well with the people. So that will establish and build your own success in the coming times. Most important in this planning your own success as a young leader is that how you are making your goals right. Choosing a goal orientation with the timeline will be a most important thing. Right goal setting should be there by each of the members, right from a very small goal to a larger goal. And those goals should be SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. The SMART goal, which you can achieve it. Also, a young leader should be working on building his own communication skills, because as a leader, you will be the first person who will be communicating to the team. Most of the things in terms of pharma, when we see that whatever strategy comes till the last person, the strategy gets many times diluted. And that's the reason why, because it's not been communicated in a right way. So as a young leader, we should always be focusing how we can improve our communication skills by regularly working on them and interacting with the team on a regular basis. Your communication among the team by setting just once or twice won't help. You have to be very regular. And how you can build that? By working on different educational resources. In current scenario, you see on internet, everything is available to learn. But what you need to learn, that is very important. So consume the right educational resources which are available, which can help you to learn well. And this will, in the further process, will build your communication. The most important thing as a young leader is finding a right coach and a mentor. You see, in the initial years of my journey in pharma, Mr. Yashwant was the part of us. Now he's kind of one of the coach or a mentor for me. Same way in your career. I feel that everyone should have at least 2 to 3 mentors whom they inspire to see and learn it, who should always be a one-stop person to go and share it. So find a right coach and also find a right mentor, which can help you build your own communication skills, right? Most important, seeking a development feedback. Many times we missed it. We generally feel that now being learn everything, finding a coach, it's all learned. But in today's scenario, feedback mechanism should be a continuous process. You should keep on thriving a feedback from your team, from your seniors, from your peers, most of the person. And right development feedback should be the way ahead for you. The more you get your feedback, the more you will be able to know and the more you will be able to develop your own self. So these 3 ways, this will help you to develop your communication skills by consuming right educational resources, finding a right coach for yourself, and getting a regular development feedback. Second most important thing as a young leader comes is leveraging. Leveraging the team, leveraging the peers who are there around you. And the most important part when it comes to leveraging is building a collaborative leadership. So team, as you know that collaborative leadership plays a huge factor in the success of a young leader. Sometimes when people think about becoming a leader, they imagine on lots on the newer responsibility, plus the burden of making the newer decisions would be coming. I know that's somehow true, but in truth, leadership isn't about you only. It's about creating much, much bigger than you. And the best teams for the most decisions and the tasks are the one who collaborate as a group well. So a collaborative leadership should be the utmost priority of a young leader. I will just share, to be fair, collaborative leadership is not about only getting a feedback. It's about a right mix which we are able to create. For example, who to promote, or for example, what are the aspects of compensation. But for some decisions where appropriate, you can let the team take a call. Make your team engaging. Make your team take some calls. So that's the way the more collaborative work would be done. Also, when it comes to a final decision in building, it's you who should be taking the final decision, but with the consensus of all your team members. Second, as a young leader is about leveraging is building the influence strategically. A lot of young professionals believe that their influence, ultimate success depends by the quality of the work they do. Equally important is also the quality of your social networking you guys do. It's not only about the work which we develop, it's about how we build strategically. That plays also a bigger role. Also, your goal is to prioritize your professional social growth just as the traditional skills growth. The skill growth, of course, you would be having, but you also need to build your own influence strategically. The third thing which I told is about selecting the right mentors. I think this is one of the key things a person should be doing in the initial years. A mentor is typically someone with more relevant experience. Then you have a better network, a person with more positive communication skills, also a willingness to give the guidance. So while selecting a mentor, please keep these things in mind. Also, ask for one casual chat, preferably in a person where you can ask for a few career related goals. Then plan your questions with the mentors. So selecting a right mentor always plays a major role. The most important thing when it comes to a young leader is about decision making. Is that many times we make some small mistake by making major of the decisions by their own. Yes, decisions we need to make it, but the most important thing is that the decision which team owns together, such kind of decisions we need to make it, and that will help to build the team, and that will help the team to get aligned also. Also, make such decisions that require more of a collaborative one. Of course, you have to make a decision, but when you collaborate with your team, the decision would be more owned by across the team. The more responsibility will be there among the team, and the more ownership would be there among the team. Most important, always lead. For the change and improvement, the team must know that you believe and trust in them. So that empathy, that behavioral always need to be shown by a young leader. So the third most important thing as a young leader should do is about the engaging the team, guiding team performance for the high performance, and always holding own self accountable. There would be times you would be little failing in some of the things. Hold yourself as a leader accountable for that. And that's the way you will be building your team. That's the way you will be building the trust of your team. So always work on how you can guide your team in a better way. Developing others, developing related behaviors of your team. That plays again a very crucial role. How you can build, as I told earlier also, building a right habit. Just a small example, like connecting with the team every Monday or meeting as a group on every week in a once a day. This will help you to develop some behaviors among the team. This will help you to understand team in a better way. This will help you to listen to the team in a better way. This will help to connect with the team in a better way. Always provides your team and the employees the autonomy which is needed. And give the empowerment. Give them a chance to fail, not an issue. Give them a chance to take risk. Give them a chance to innovate. This will help your team also to develop, and this will keep on engaging your team. Also, try to find the right opportunities to delegate. I think delegation also in the young leadership plays a major role, and this will help you, the team also, to engage in a proper way. For example, there are 4 team members in your team. There will be one person who is really good. Engage him, give him some task. Based on his strength, give him that task. For example, one person is very good in delivering the in-clinic effectiveness. Give him a task of that. Give him some small assignments that among the team, you are the one who are the best, and you can help our team to build this task. So this way you will be able to delegate some opportunities among the team, and this will also help you to identify who are the future aspects. Also, try to give the team little stretch goals and be very specific in their roles. Among the team, very important thing is that we give the right roles to the right person, and the goals should be very clear. And there are chances we need to also give some little stretch goals in the initial years of a young leadership. This will help the team to build. Also, you need to build a positive culture among the team. Commit to a low tolerance negativity. There will be chances a negative feedback would be coming, but as a leader, we should always be working on building a positive culture among the team. And this will help not only to grow yourself, but also your team to grow in the coming time. So engaging team is the most important aspect among the young leader, which should be done at a regular basis. And this will help your team to grow. Building a positive culture is very important in this time. Culture is all about customs, the habits, the stories that define us. It's about our shared past and the employees who left their mark. And it matters because our cultures has the pretty serious consequences. So building a right positive culture is always good for any organization. A positive organizational culture is the one that will help you to minimize the stress, help you to recruit the right people, and which will help you to recruit the top talent. So This will help to get a better productivity and more creativity. The very first thing you do commit is to a low tolerance of unproductive negativity. So now, not at all negativity should be there among the team. A high level of acceptance behavior should be there. A high level of adaptive behavior among the team should be there. A high level of innovative behavior. This will create a positive environment among the team. So keep building that positive culture among the team. Use compliments as very appropriate. Try to engage them at a smaller things. Engage them with a smaller wins. Celebrate those smaller wins. This will give a more better clarity among the team that whatever organization they are working, they are the one who think about that. So if I want to conclude at the last about the young leadership, first you need to achieve what defined goals you have made it. Then your goals need to be there for specific, at least for 3 to 5 years. 3 important things: building your own identity, engaging the right team, and in the right way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Bharatji, for such a wonderful and insightful deliberation. In fact, you have highlighted so many wonderful things about leading a sales team for higher performance. And to just make a small synopsis of the deliberation that you just now did, first of all, the most important thing is creating a foundation. Because putting youth in perspective, but before that, we need to establish yourself. That's the most important thing. And then after that, we need to set the tone by establishing work expectations, not shaking things up, and identifying small wins. Because the moment we celebrate small wins, it paves the way for larger and bigger wins. Now, next is how to plan your success. So first is make a discipline a non-negotiable habit, because as long as we are disciplined, others will be disciplined. The moment we go off the track, others will also go off the track. Then commit to continuous learning, because as I said, that learning is a journey, not a destination. And then build the network, and with good communication skill, that is very important, because without the communication, we cannot bring a good network, because a network needs essential communication skills. And choose the goals with timelines. And you said that the goals need to be smart, that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So as long as the goals are having all these 5 qualities, they will always be achievable. But very important, we need to polish the communication skills, because we need to consume educational resources. Find a coach and mentor, where you rightly said about Yashwant sir, that when you started in this industry, he had been an effective coach, and now he is a mentor to so many of us in this pharmaceutical industry. And then what is very important, a part of Johari window actually you touched, that is seek developmental feedback. Because the blind spot that we all often face, we are not able to find out where we lack or where our weaknesses lie. So it needs a very good mentor like Yashwant sir to find out where exactly we are going wrong and where we need to put ourselves more stress, more effort, so that we can overcome that. Next is leveraging others by mastering collaborative leadership, because it should not always be that what I say others obey. It needs to be building influence strategically, and of course selecting the right mentors. And as far as decision making is concerned, the decision should be with the consensus of the team, which is known as a collaborative decision, so that the entire team can own the decision, that it is our decision. It is not a decision that has been put on them by somebody else. And as far as engaging the team is concerned, which is the most important part, we need to build a guiding team. We need to hold ourselves accountable. We need to develop others, provide employees a lot of autonomy, embrace empowerment, engage in cross-training, and build a positive culture around the organization. So I think that's really a wonderful way of leading a sales team for higher performance, because we can build a team, but to make the team build performance is something very important, and that performance needs to be sustainable. It should not be a flash in the pan that happens once but never happens for a long time. It should be something that is happening over and over again, and we are building on the performance of the team. So thank you so much for such a wonderful deliberation. And in fact, we are flooded with a lot of compliments regarding your deliberation. And it's time I acknowledge some of our audience in Facebook who have appreciated your deliberation. First is Mr. Rohit Vilankar, Ms. Purnima Kanojia, Mr. Shiv Shankar Maurya, Mr. Vishal Chandra from Germany. Just imagine, he is up. It's very early in the morning, very early, and he's up there to watch your deliberation. Ms. Neena Singhal, Mr. Prabhakar Jha, Mr. Shailesh Malavi, and Mr. Viraj Power, to name a few of them. Mr. ICS Verma is also sent his compliments to you for such insightful deliberation. In fact, now I think with such wonderful insights, a few questions come to my mind. First and foremost, there is something that we often come across, that urgent versus important. We often come across this urgent versus important. So what do you feel a young leader should prioritize and work upon?
I think young leaders should be in prioritizing, should be very specifically clear about the goals. I think that is very important. As we said, discussed that the goals should be very time bound, and when it comes to urgent and important, so at a particular situation, which is more urgent and which is more important as a decision making one should make. And a young leader should always be prioritizing in building the skills. I think that will also play the major role for a young leader to build. And surround yourself with a good, great people which keep on helping you to develop.
Great. Another thing that is coming to my mind is that every young leader wants to build a very successful team. Every young leader, that's the aspiration, because once we enter into the industry, the first thing that comes to our mind is that when do I become a leader? And after becoming a leader, the second thing that comes to the mind is that how do I build a very successful team or a very high performance team? So what are the qualities that you attribute that a young leader should have to build a very successful, a high performance team?
As a young leader, I think the most important would be how we can build some disciplines and a behavioral change about the discipline. So that would be the first thing. And then, of course, would be about the delegating tasks and getting the right best output among the teams, and giving them some stretch task which can help them to learn and grow. So as a young leader, these should be the three things which should be one is about discipline, delegating, and giving some stretch tasks to the team.
Wonderful. Yes, delegation is very important because and another thing I think is empowering the individual team members, because hand-holding is good, but when it comes to micromanaging, it becomes really something we don't talk about too often. So for that reason, I think empowering people is one positive way to build a very successful team, because every team member feels that, yes, I'm empowered. That means my leader believes in my abilities. My leader believes in my capabilities, that, yes, I'll be able to do. And that itself goes a long way in building a lot of motivation within the individual team members. Now, this brings me to the third question, is that I know that there are no book which says that this leadership quality is the best or this leadership style is the best. But according to you, which leadership style do you think is going to create win-win situations across the team?
I mean, it's quite a difficult question, but we can say that it's all about how a team accepts you and how the team approaches you. If you are an approachable person, I think your 50% task would be done. So that approachability has to be there among the team. And maybe servant leadership in the coming time, I think that can be one of the way. You see, today's generation is no longer a Hitler generation where a person would be coming and behaving as a Hitler and things will go. Gone are those days that people work only for the money. They work for their pride, they work for their learnings. I think so that way in the today's generation, I think servant leadership and would be one of the one which gives better results, I guess.
Fabulous. I love the way you said that people nowadays don't work only for money. They work for their reputation. They work for pride. Yes, absolutely. And they also work in an organization where they can actually find their career progressing, and that
Yes.
too really fast. And one of the leadership styles that you said is servant leadership. Absolutely. But I'll take it a little further. The servant leadership that said that if you want to help a person for a day, give him a fish. But if you want to help him for a lifetime, teach him how to catch a fish.
Yes.
So taking this journey forward from servant leadership to steward leadership. So steward leadership not only gives you a fish, but it also tells you how you're going to catch the fish the next day, because it may not be that I'll be supplying you fishes every day, right? So for that reason, I think taking your view a little forward, you are not only going to take servant leadership, but you are also going to make them capable. That means you are going to develop their capabilities. So the first day you are actually holding their hand to walk the road. Second day also you are holding their hand. But the third day, after holding the hand for a few minutes, then you leave the hand to see how well the person walks. It is just like finding a child who is just started to walk. You just hold the child, and then after some time you leave the hand to test the confidence. And that is exactly what steward leadership is all about. We first hold the hand, and then for a brief period of time, we leave the hand to see how well the person is walking. And that's the way you empower the team, by exercising the steward leadership, which is an extension of servant leadership. That's really a wonderful answer. Now, asking you one more question, I think I have the time. See, there are two theories. One is known as the theory X, the other is theory Y. I'll tell you both of them. Theory X says that a manager believes that all the people in the team are lazy and they have to be coerced to work. And theory Y says that the manager or the leader believes that every person in the team is motivated. They have to be just given some rewards to do the work. So, but in reality, neither do we have a theory X team, nor do we have a theory Y team. So it is always an amalgamation of theory XY that we call theory XY. So in the organization that you are working, so what do you feel is the team? Is it more of X, or is it more of Y, or is it a fine amalgamation of X and Y together?
So it varies team to team. In today's world, if you see, it's all about how the profiling of a person is. I mean, that is, in this world, we mostly think about always the profiling of a consumer or a customer, but we miss the profiling of a people or the team which we work. So in that aspect, how the profile of a person is, I mean, that plays a bigger role. And of course, there will be a mix everywhere. I mean, there cannot be a place where all would be a motivated person and all would be a self-growing person. And there can't be a place where all are lazy. So there are places where both the mixtures would be there. And how you respond to that situation and how you work on those, I mean, that plays a bigger thing, that each and every person is different, and how to treat them differently, I think that the way should be.
Absolutely, because all the 5 fingers in the hands are not similar, but then to do the work, we need all the 5 fingers. So that's most important, because all the 5 members of the team are not also the same. But to enable them to do a project successfully, we need all 5 of them, because all the 5 bring to the table 5 different qualities, which are so very important to bring success for the team. Thank you so much for such wonderful answers to the questions. In fact, Yashwant sir is waiting for some more questions or something. So Yashwant sir, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Arpan and Bharat. Wonderful deliberation. I thoroughly enjoyed, and lot of appreciation coming from Facebook and YouTube also. I would like to name some of the active participants in YouTube. Pharma Style is very much active. Umesh Galani, very good. Thank you very much, Umesh. Jeevan Kumar Rathor, Bharat Maths, Bhalvesh Singh Dodadia, Abid Hussain, who is our regular viewer. Thank you very much, Abid, for appreciating. Then Shehjat Sheikh, thank you very much. Jeevan Kumar Rathod, thank you very much. Kushagar Mathur, thank you very much. They are very much appreciating the wonderful session. So we are really thankful to all the active members and sharing their views and appreciating this. And as Bharat told, young leaders need to do multitasking. So it is very important for them to prioritize their work. One question one of the participants has asked is, the major challenge coming for the young leaders who are in the field today is uncertainty. most of the MR and ABMs are uncertain whether they will be closed down, whether there will be a restructuring in the organization, or some problems like downsizing. Many companies are closing, MNCs companies are going away. So at this time, as a leader, zonal head, what Bharat thinks, how he can keep the team motivated? If some guidance you can give to the team. Yes, Bharat.
Yeah. So in today's scenario, if you see uncertainty, of course, post-COVID, we have seen in many of the sectors. But pharma being, I think, is one of the luckiest sectors we can say. In spite of whatever challenges there has been, there always been a growth perspective. And before joining any of the organization, I think you need to understand what are the goals of the organization and the perspectives of the organization. I mean, there will be hardly any organization who will be thinking about doing that, especially in the pharma. Yes, own skills plays a major role. I mean, if you are a skilled person, no matter whichever organization and whichever structure you are going to do well. So that's the reason building your own skills regularly, rather than worrying about uncertainty, we should be keep on focusing how I can build my own skills at a regular interval. So that will always give me a more confidence. In there would be some instances where the difficult decisions would be taken, but that should not be a worry point if you are a skilled person to handle that. So our focus always should be how I can personally build my own skills and build my own identity. I think that would be a major focus. And of course, motivating team would be again keeping connecting with the team, always keeping making them understand that there is an organization which is there with you. And it has been till the time, and it will coming time, it is going to be there with you. So I think the more connect it should be, the more uncertain people feel about the disconnect, because many times there's so much disconnect with the high leadership or maybe it's a senior management team that the disconnects makes them uncertain. The more they are connected, I guess the half of the problem is solved there only itself.
Wonderful, wonderful. And apart from this, one more point is keeping transparency, as Bharat told, and building trust. If a leader can build trust among the team members will never leave the leader just for 10%, 20%, 30% hike on the salary, because every team member wants a trusting leader who will give ample opportunity for growth and development. So that is what a wonderful thing sharing, Bharat. We really enjoyed the session. We look forward to Bharat again in future also. Thoroughly enjoyed. And I would like to thank all the viewers for their continuous support, appreciating the session. And we want you to be there on, as Arpan mentioned, on 6th November, Sunday at Navi Mumbai SIS College for LPC Pharma Conclave 3.0. The registration link is open. All the details are given in Facebook and YouTube. So we'll look forward for everyone in that. Over to Bharat for closing remark. How did you find this platform, Bharat? Your opinion and feedback.
Sir, first of all, I would really like to thank you and Arpanji for giving this opportunity, and Imagika Health for consistently building this platform and growing to such a level where persons are connecting from across the globe now. That itself shows that this platform, I feel that most of the pharma people should get it to it, get their own self registered. I will be only saying that. Join in. There's always a learning. I mean, there's a industry stalwarts working here. They are the pantheons who are working and who are the part of this LPC now. And this LPC has actually given us our own identity. When the session was going on, I was getting so many calls from so many people that itself shows that you are building your own identity, building your own brand. So one should do that very frequently, and for that, learning should be there, and learning and skill building should be the way of life for any field. So thank you for
very much,
this
Bharat. Thank you very much. Over to Arpan now for closing remarks. Arpan,
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Yashwant sir. Yes, well mentioned by Mr. Bharat about the skill development, because post-COVID, we are finding that the shelf life of any skill has come down from 7 years to 3 to 4 years. So it's time we always keep updating, that is upskilling and reskilling ourselves. And in that process, every organization needs to transform into learning organization, because learning, remove the L, it is earning. So the more we learn, the better we earn. We equip ourselves for the challenges which are going to come in the future. And as the market has also changed over from customer satisfaction to customer delight, so to get the delight in the customer, it is very important that we engage in learning and development. So thank you so much, Mr. Bharat, for such a wonderful deliberation. Now it's time I thank Imagica Health for the constant support that they have been giving to LPC in our learning journey. We look forward to a continuous support from your end in our endeavor. Just a small word of caution that we are still not over with COVID and dengue is on the rise. So please take caution for COVID. Please maintain SMS, sanitization, mask and social distancing along with the compulsory vaccination. And for dengue, please try to use a mosquito net and do not leave water in your area so that the mosquitoes larvae can germinate there. So we have only planet A with us. So let us keep our environment clean and green because we do not have the option of planet B. And that is the best gift we can give to our next generation. So thank you so much, our audience, for being with us, believing in us and sharing your experiences, sharing your learnings and your very good questions to us. And this, in fact, gives us the impetus to continue our sessions further and further. So once again, inviting you all for the early bird registration of LPC Conclave 3.0 at Mumbai SIES College on the 6th of November, Sunday. So don't wait any longer. Get a chance to hear the top leaders, get a chance to network with them because your network is your network in today's world. So to end this session, a small story, as I always say that learning is a journey, not a destination. A boy and a girl were studying in college and the boy and the girl, they really liked each other. So one day, the boy gave a notebook to the girl with a small slip inside. And the slip read that if you really love me, wear a red dress tomorrow. The next day came. The girl came to the college in a yellow dress. The boy was really disappointed. He was so disappointed that he never ever talked to that girl. And the girl returned the book to the boy. Years passed. The girl got married. The boy also got married. One day, the boy was cleaning his bookshelf where he had those old college books. And incidentally, the book which the girl had returned fell off from his hand while he was dusting it. And out of that book came out a small slip. And that slip read, I don't have a red dress, so I'm wearing a yellow dress, but I love you very much. So this is why it is so very important that we constantly open our books. We constantly learn, because if we are not opening our books, we are probably missing out on something which can be really costly, as this guy realized, but then it was pretty late. So thank you so much, friends, for being with us on LPC. And we look forward to your registration for LPC 3.0 at Mumbai, because we are very sure that this is also going to be a grand successful event as before, because of your love, because of your support, and because of your participation. So this is Arpan Kumar Paul wishing you goodbye on this warm Sunday morning, with a promise of reconnecting with you next Sunday at the same time with a new set of speaker, a new set of thought, and a new set of learning. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. Goodbye and namaste.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bharat. Thank you very much, Arpan.
Thank you so much, sir. So with your permission, can I end the meeting?
Thank you. Thank you. Please do.
So from here, I'm ending this meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.